Taurus, let us talk about the second half of November 2025 and what it is shaping inside your world. If you have Taurus as your sun sign, your moon, your rising, or your Venus, this message is for you. The first part of this month may have felt like someone rearranged the furniture in your life without asking. Routines shifted. Comfort zones were nudged. Things you thought were settled may have been stirred up. You might have been pushed to spend money in unexpected ways or to make decisions faster than you like. Underneath it, you may have felt a quiet mix of resistance and determination. That inner voice that says, I want stability, but I also know I cannot stay exactly where I have been. Now, as we step into mid-month, the energy changes. You are not being asked to throw away everything you have built. You are being invited to refine it. Think of this time as a gentle but honest inventory. What in your life truly supports you? What actually nourishes you? What has become heavy old or no longer worth the cost to your time, your energy, or your heart? Your nature is to hold on. You are loyal. You stay. You commit. That is one of your greatest gifts. But now you are learning something deeper. True stability does not come from clinging to what is familiar. It comes from choosing what is genuinely right for you and allowing the rest to move out of your space. In love and relationships, this shows up in very real ways. If you are in a partnership, you have probably already noticed where the foundation feels solid and where it is quietly cracking. The second half of November brings your attention to the small, everyday things that actually mean everything. The tone of conversations, the way plans are made, how money and responsibilities are shared, whether the two of you create a sense of home together or just share tasks and routines. You may find yourself less interested in pretending everything is fine when it is not. You might feel ready to talk about topics you have tiptoed around what commitment really looks like to you, how you want affection to be expressed, how safe you feel being fully yourself. There can be tender moments here. You may feel vulnerable. You may worry about shaking the ground you stand on. Yet this is exactly how the relationship grows out of autopilot and back into presence. When you speak from your heart with calm clarity, you give your partner a chance to truly meet you instead of guessing what you need. If you are single, this mid-month energy asks you to look at the story you carry about love and worth. There may be an old part of you that believes you have to be useful to be loved, that you must offer comfort, support, reliability, or even financial stability in order to be chosen. The second half of November gently challenges that idea. You are ready to attract from a different place, not from overgiving or proving your value, from standing in the quiet, knowing that your presence, your steadiness, your natural sensuality, and your depth are already enough. You may find your taste in partners shifting. The people who once felt exciting may now feel unstable. The ones who once seemed boring may suddenly feel safe in the best way. Often that safety is what your heart has wanted all along. Someone whose words match their actions. Someone who understands that slow can still be passionate. Someone who respects your need to take your time with big decisions. You might even feel drawn to plant a new seed in your love life, joining a space that reflects your values, saying yes to a date when you usually say no, or opening up emotionally with someone you already know but never let in. Love in late November is not about dramatic declarations. It is about steady alignment. It is about noticing where you feel more like yourself and where you feel like you are shrinking. It is about asking whether your relationships honor your body and your nervous system as much as your mind. If being with someone always leaves your stomach tense or your chest tight, that is information. If being with them brings a feeling of grounded warmth and ease, that is information too. Now turn toward your work and money life. The second half of November carries a clear message for you. Your time and your skills are resources. They are not unlimited. They are not to be spent without thought. You might feel a strong urge to organize something, a budget, a schedule, a workspace, a project, it is not coming from anxiety as much as from an inner desire to feel more in control of your own path. You might see where you have been underpricing your work or overperforming for the amount you are paid. Maybe you have been staying in a job or agreement simply because it feels stable, even though it leaves you emotionally flat. Maybe a business idea or creative project has been sitting in the corner waiting for you to trust it. Mid-November wants you to look honestly at the exchange of energy between you and your work. Do you feel respected? Do you feel seen? Do you feel like what you give is mirrored by what you receive? This is a good time to have real-world conversations about money and responsibility. You may be guided to ask for a raise or a more defined role, to set limits with clients or coworkers around your time and availability, to say yes to training or education that deepens your skills. You do not need to rush into reckless change. You simply need to admit where you are no longer satisfied with just enough. You have the right to want more fulfillment, more balance, more security that comes from knowing you are building something that actually belongs to you. Financially, the energy supports grounded decisions. You may feel encouraged to simplify your spending or to clean up a lingering situation, a shared bill, a loan, a subscription that no longer matches your life. You might notice patterns where money flows quickly out in the name of comfort, but does not truly nourish you. Late night shopping, eating out because you are too drained to plan, buying small pleasures instead of building the bigger stability your heart actually craves. You are not being judged. You are being invited to choose differently. Imagine your money as an extension of your values. Each dollar is a vote for the life you want more of. As you make choices from that perspective, the ground under your feet feels more solid. You become more willing to delay a short-term comfort in favor of a long-term peace of mind. That is a deeply Taurus form of power. Slow, steady, and unshakable. Under the surface, there is a quieter story unfolding. It is about your body, your inner sense of safety, and your emotional history. Taurus often carries tension in the body when life feels uncertain, jaw tight, shoulders clenched, stomach in knots. You may have been holding more than you realized over the last months, even over the last years. Mid-November offers a chance to start releasing some of that weight. You could feel more sensitive than usual. Old memories may float up when you least expect them. A familiar smell, a song, or a place can suddenly connect you to a younger version of yourself, one who learned early that security had to be earned or that comfort could be taken away at any moment. Instead of turning away from those flashes of memory, you are ready now to sit with them, to say to that younger self inside you, I see why you held on so tightly. I see why you tried to keep everything under control. You did not do anything wrong. You were just trying to feel safe. This is an excellent time to reconnect with your body in simple ways: gentle stretching, long baths, slow walks where you can feel the ground beneath your feet, cooking something nourishing with your own hands and actually tasting it rather than rushing through the moment, putting a hand on your chest and breathing slowly until your heartbeat softens. These small acts send a powerful signal to your nervous system. You are not in constant danger anymore. You are allowed to relax. You are allowed to receive. Like emotionally, you are learning that it is safe to have needs. Safe to say, I would like more affection. Safe to admit I am scared about money. Safe to tell someone you trust that you feel tired of holding everything together. In the past, you may have believed that if you showed too much vulnerability, you might lose respect. In truth, the opposite is often true. The people who are worthy of your life tend to respect you more when they see your full humanity rather than only your strength. As the second half of November continues, you may start to feel a quiet but clear shift. It might not be dramatic on the outside. The big changes in your life may come later, but inside you, there is a new level of honesty forming. You know when something feels off. You know when your body tightens at a decision. You know when you are saying yes out of fear rather than a desire. The difference now is that you are ready to listen to those signals and act on them, you might find yourself choosing differently in small ways. You take a little more time before agreeing to a favor that you know will drain you. You pause before buying something and ask whether it truly adds to your life. You step away from a conversation that is turning into gossip because you can feel your energy dipping. You speak up in a meeting when you usually stay silent. Every one of those choices is a declaration that your well-being matters. There is also room this month for beauty and pleasure in a more conscious way. Taurus is deeply connected to the senses. Taste, touch, scent, sound, and sight. Mid-November is an invitation to enjoy those experiences, not as escape, but as nourishment. You might find comfort in creating an environment that feels more like you rearranging a room, bringing in color or texture that soothes you, playing music that makes your whole body exhale, enjoying a meal slowly instead of eating in a rush over a screen. When you allow yourself to experience pleasure without guilt, you reteach your system that life is not only about survival. You remind yourself that you deserve softness and joy even while you are still figuring things out. That balance between responsibility and enjoyment is part of your soul lesson this month. You are capable of both. You can be practical and still make space for magic in the everyday. As the end of November approaches, you might look back and realize that the biggest changes were inside you. The way you talk to yourself may have softened. The way you think about money may have become more mature and less fearful. The way you show up in love may feel more honest and less performative. You will still be you. Steady, loyal, grounded. Only now there is more room for your own needs and desires within that identity. Remember that this Taurus message is only one part of your larger picture. For a deeper understanding of what November is activating in your life, listen to the horoscopes for your sun sign, your moon, your rising, and your Venus. Your rising sign often describes the kinds of outer events and themes that show up on your path. Your moon sign gives insight into how you feel and process those experiences on the inside. Your sun sign highlights where you are meant to shine and grow. Your Venus sign colors how love, money, and attraction are moving through your world right now. When you listen to all of them together, a fuller story begins to emerge. You can also listen to the signs of the people who matter to you. Hearing what is happening for your partner, your crush, your children, your close friends, or even your boss can give you surprising clarity. You might understand their moods and choices in a new way. It becomes easier to respond with empathy instead of reacting from confusion. These horoscopes are not just about prediction. They are about connection. When you are ready to move beyond a general forecast and into something more personal and interactive, visit MysticBolt.com. There you will find tarot card spreads to help you navigate choices in love, work, and money. You will find astrology tools that let you explore your chart more deeply and see your patterns with new eyes. You will see a growing collection of spiritual and divination apps designed to support you through turning points just like this one. For now, take a breath and notice one simple truth. You are allowed to build a life that feels good from the inside out. You are allowed to release what no longer fits. You are allowed to choose relationships, work habits, and daily rituals that honor your body, your heart, and your future. The second half of November is not about losing your stability. It is about upgrading it so it truly belongs to you.